How to schedule exams with the CEA Test Center. This tutorial will guide you through the process of scheduling an exam request. Before an exam can be scheduled, there are a few things that you must have completed. Within your CEA Online Student Services, you must have read and signed any e-form agreements related to your accommodations. You must have completed requests for accommodations by completing the requests for faculty notification letters. And last, after you receive your copy of the faculty notification letter, you should have contacted your instructors to discuss how accommodations will be facilitated. No matter where you will be taking your exam, it is your responsibility before every exam to remind instructors that you have accommodations and which you want to use on your test. You must tell them at least 7 days before every exam. This allows the instructor time to ensure that your accommodations can be provided appropriately. If you plan on taking an exam in the CEA Test Center, you are responsible for scheduling it at least 7 days before the exam. Finals must be scheduled at least 14 days before the final. Use your syllabus to submit exam requests for all known test dates as soon as possible, including final exams. Final exam requests are approved on a first-come, first-served basis, and space in the test center is limited. To schedule a test with the CEA Test Center, go to the CEA website at cea.uark.edu. In the left side navigation, click on CEA Online Student Services. The login screen will be displayed. Enter your UARK username and password. Your UARK username is the part of your email address before the @ symbol. Click the Login button. Once you log in and see your dashboard, in the left side navigation section, click on Alternative Testing, Quizzes. A new screen will be displayed. Under the section labeled Testing Agreements is a drop-down menu that lists classes in which you requested to use testing accommodations. From this menu, select the class for which you need to schedule an exam appointment, and a new page will be displayed. The section titled Terms and Conditions of Scheduling Exams contains important information regarding scheduling test requests with CEA Test Center. Carefully review the terms and conditions. Then, scroll down to the section titled Class Schedule and Location. Your class information will be displayed, including days of the week, start and end times of the class, the date range of the semester, and the class location. You should schedule to take your exam at the same time as the class will be taking it. A time that overlaps the class, or at a time that you and your professor have previously agreed upon. Below this information, in the Exam Details section, is where you enter the details of your test request. Select the appropriate test request type, final, in-class exam midterm, make-up exam, or quiz, from the drop-down menu. The next field, campus location, will show UA campus. You cannot make changes to this field. Enter the date you want to take the test. The date must be entered as 2 digits for the month, / 2 digits for the date, / 4 digits for the year. Next, enter the time you want to take your test. Exams must be scheduled in 15-minute increments. During fall and spring semesters, hours that the CEA will proctor test are Mondays through Fridays. The earliest start time is 8:30 a.m. Mondays through Thursdays, all tests must be completed by 7 p.m. On Fridays, all tests must be completed by 4:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday the CEA Test Center is closed. Different testing hours are set for finals. During the semester, the CEA Test Center will email all students with testing accommodations to announce the hours that the CEA Test Center will be available to proctor finals. During the summer, testing times in the CEA Test Center are Monday through Friday, with the earliest start time of 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, all tests must be completed by 4:30 p.m. CEA Test Center is closed on Saturday and Sunday. Continuing on the exam details section of the exam request, select the accommodations which you want to use on your test by clicking the box next to the accommodation. In the additional note box, you can type any information you want to tell the CEA Test Center staff. The final section, on the exam detail page, is the Terms and Conditions section. Be sure to read these items carefully. By checking the boxes, you are confirming that you have talked with your instructor about the date and time you are scheduling your exam. And you will notify the CEA Test Center if you are unable to make your exam appointment. Please be aware that these terms must be agreed to in order for a request to be submitted. Once you have completed all the test request details, click the Add Exam Request button. Or, if you decide not to enter your request, click the Back to Testing Requests Overview button. Once you have submitted your test request, you will receive an email confirming that your request was submitted. You will receive another email notifying you if your request has been approved or denied once your request has been reviewed and processed by CEA Test Center staff. Exam requests cannot overlap. A second request cannot be submitted if it overlaps the same day and same time range as another request. You will receive the form submission error with the date and time highlighted in the exam details section. Adjust the date and/or time so that the second request does not overlap the first request. Then, click the Add Exam Request button. If your request is submitted less than 7 days before the test, a late exam notice screen will be displayed. Be sure to read this late exam notice policy information. Exams submitted less than 7 days in advance may be declined. Scroll down the page to the Late Exam Request section. To complete your late request, you must enter the reason why your request is late. Select an item off the list. Additional information that would explain your late request can be entered in the Additional Information box. Click the box to indicate you have read and understand the late exam request policy. Once you have completed all the test request details, click the Submit Late Exam Request button. Or, if you decide not to enter your request, click the Back to Exam Detail or Modify Date button. When you begin the request process, carefully look at your class list to avoid selecting a drill or lab section. Drills do not typically have exams. Our lab policy is that the CEA Test Center is unable to administer lab exams due to the hands-on clinical aspect. If your class information shows no testing agreement specified, you can still submit an appointment request. However, the appointment will be pending until faculty approve for you to test in the CEA Test Center. A testing agreement is simply instructions that your instructor provides to the CEA Test Center, telling us how a test is to be proctored. Complete your appointment request and then contact your instructor to encourage him/her to follow up with the CEA Test Center, so your request may be processed. If your class does not appear on the drop-down menu, scroll down the page, and you may find the yellow box titled, Exams are proctored by instructor. This means that your instructor has told us that he/she will be proctoring the tests and not through the CEA. You will not be able to complete a request to have the test proctored in the CEA. You will need to contact your instructor as soon as possible to discuss the accommodations you will be using on the test and how the accommodations will be implemented. This yellow box will also be displayed on the Schedule Exam page. If you are using assistive technology, such as software to read the test out loud, and you see the notice that exams will be proctored by your instructor, email ceatest@uark.edu to confirm how your assistive technology accommodations will be implemented. At any time, if you have questions or problems, contact the CEA Test Center at ceatest@uark.edu or call 479-575-2695.